Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another review. We have a card that you guys have been asking for a while. I'm sorry that's a little bit late. Honestly, I should have done this on my main account. I should have grinded it on my main account, you know, getting the swaps and stuff. Or swaps? Are they called swaps? I guess they're called swaps, right? But I ended up not. Listen, I had a guy that went to my Instagram, Ryan, thank you so much for helping me out for the review. Definitely means a lot. I really appreciate it because I know that some people actually want this review. I know it's late because some of you guys have already used your swap cards or whatever they're called for certain things, whether it's packs or whatever. But hey, we're here now. We're going to be trying him out. We're taking a look at a card who is 6 foot tall, high work rates, right-footed, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. So guys, right off the bat, we're looking at a card that can be used in the meta of the gameplay, which is very nice. In-game player traits, we have none. In-game attributes. Okay. So my boy gives him an engine because he just works with the defense how it is. Okay. So 6 foot tall with an engine. He's going to have 85 acceleration on a 90 sprint speed, which wouldn't be terrible. It wouldn't be terrible. You know what? We'll try him out with the engine first, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, because the card is actually formatted very nicely. So obviously with the pace, we're going to be working with 80 acceleration, 90 for sprint speed. So on a shadow or an engine, you do want to boost the pace as much as possible. Base card stats for shooting actually set up really nicely on the card as well. Very high shot power with a 4-star weak foot, 87 for composure. Definitely some very nice stuff there with 88 attacking positioning on a high attacking work rate. Base card stats for passing also very good on the card with the weak foot, composure, and stuff too. Dribbling we will be experimenting with because this card is a 6 foot tall player with, let's see what his body type is. Body type is average. That's really good, actually. Okay. Yeah, average body type I really like for defenders, midfielders, because midfielders, it offers them a little bit of extra physical support, which is fantastic. So yeah, definitely very nice there that he actually has the average instead of like what is it like the high and average and stuff, like, you know. But yeah, dribbling again we will be experimenting with. Defensive stats for base card stats is actually really good because here's the thing, guys. The fact that he already has the high work rate is the more important thing here, okay? Because on a shadow chemistry style, he'll be working with very good defensive stats if you want to, you know, boost him up a little bit more defensively. So yeah, we're definitely going to be trying that out with both, I would say, to see what I think is truly best on the card. And then obviously for physical stats, he has 95 for stamina to work with a high work rate, which is great. 84 for aggression and 78 for strength. So definitely a very interesting card. I'm going to see if my boy has a 4-4-2. He does not. So let me go check that out. Let me just fix that quick. Okay, guys. So we're using the Tom Lee's tactics for this. So, yeah. All right. So we're going to be using him as the center mid. We're going to be rotating between a couple of different instructions for him, right? So mainly it's going to be stay back, cover center, because what happens, guys, is that when these guys have a high work rate, even if you tell them to stay back, cover center, with meta tactics like the one that Tom uses, these guys will still push up the pitch because of the players in the box set to 7, right? So it kind of acts against that instruction, but it just makes the team really well balanced. So yeah, we'll keep him on stay back, cover center, and then we're also going to take off stay back to really test out some certain things, right? So we're going to do comeback, get into the box, and then the strikers are untouched. Yeah, because we're going to be testing out some defensive capabilities as well as some attacking ones if given the opportunity to. So yeah, let's go ahead and try him out. Hopefully he is a beast. Oh, this guy has a sick team, actually. That's really dope. Oh, nice. Already starting off defensively. I feel like for me, I might want him on the shadow. Nice. Good stuff. Legrand switch with Gallagher. Ooh, well weighted too. That's nice. Oh, I actually thought I scored that. I was like, excuse me? Maybe on a green I actually would have hit it because you have to put more power for it to go really high. But that was a great strike by him on his weak foot too. Ooh, defensive play as well. A lob pass? I did a double tap there, so it might not have been the best choice. White time shot. I mean, his shooting from a distance is actually coming off great. Oh, that was actually a really good challenge because I timed it really early. Ooh, look at that for a challenge. Okay. I don't think there's going to be a right or wrong option between an engine or a shadow. It's just going to depend on what the person wants, I think. It's a timed... Yeah, his shooting from a distance is actually nice, eh? That's what I'm saying. Like, if I green time these strikes, he actually might hit them really nicely. So he has that little bit of like an emphasis to him, right? And that's where I feel like I may want the extra defense, not necessarily for the defensive stats, but more for the pace, the acceleration and whatnot, you know? Oh yeah, that's coming off of like an emphasis touch, so it's not going to come off as great for those ones. I can tell you guys this right now, that if you want to use this card as your attacking oriented midfielder on an engine chemistry style, he would be very, very nice. That one's coming off of like a drag touch, so it's going to do a little bit of emphasis as well. Okay, I want to switch off of him here. Nothing, no touching, just the left stick. So the track back is perfectly fine. Again, there's moments where you're maybe going to want to have that shadow chemistry style, depending on how you want to play him. Little shield. Oh, good save, good save. Let me push the left mid out. He occupies that position, and I wasn't even controlling him there. I'm going to force him forward here. And call it back. Ah, okay. So no like crazy defensive stuff there. The positioning was pretty basic, I would say, for the most part. That's because he's on an engine, right? Like when you give that extra defense, it's definitely usually a plus. When a second man press that. So you can clearly see, right, that his height, physical presence on the average body type is good to work with. There's just, again, moments where maybe having the pace would be super nice, but it's one of those cards where they have improved him to a point where he's going to be good in the meta of the game. Okay, I just want to test him out with a shadow first, just to see what it's like. An engine chemistry style is not a bad choice for him, again, because of how tall he is. I just want to see how he performs on this chemistry style. His track back was really good there when I lost the ball. Legrand switch again. See, his passing is perfectly fine if I give him a shadow. Again, the track back was really good there. Ooh, little foul? Okay. So I am going to say that I do notice a little bit of the dribbling being a little off, obviously, when you don't give him the engine chemistry style. But again, it's just going to really depend on how you want to use this card in your team, right? Woo! Nice goal. Nice goal. We timed the dummy there really nicely. Oh no, I try to get that little acceleration there. Oh, good slide challenge. It is going to be helpful with those bad boys because he does have the height for it. L1. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful pass right there. I feel that like little bit of sluggishness with him when I don't have the engine. That was something that was cool to have for him. I will take that. We'll take that. Good goal, good goal. Ooh, I like that when I wasn't controlling him. His defense was, again, very solid there. Tracking there was a little bit strange. I was kind of hoping that he would do something a little bit more defensively. second man press again because of the height and physical. He gets that.
Can they hit on the break?
Oh man, his passes are really good, guys. I like any form of his passes. The through balls, lobs are coming off pretty nice. Yeah, well done again. Yeah, first time passes coming off real nice. I'm gonna take off the stay back while attacking to see if he attacks a little bit. He's definitely following the stay back while attacking instruction well. I think I might like him more in an engine, but again, that doesn't feel like you should have one more than the other. It's just that when it's like taller guys like this, it's really nice to have the engine, but the shadow to get into certain positions quickly with some extra defense is also very nice. So nice. Ooh, first time touch is rough right there. You can see when I take off the stay back while attacking, like he'll actually attack from time to time. Position 12, while De Jong was committing forward. Nice. That's getting him involved in the attack too, eh? 4-star weak foot strike. Good little finish there. More of a sway on the car too without the engine too. Oh, defense again, my boy. Okay. Yeah, his track back was pretty quick there as well. Oh, I wish he had some sort of like defensive thing there. Nice pass again with the weak foot. Oh, maybe if I greened it there. Unlucky. It is a 45 aiming away from goal after a roulette, so the emphasis on the ball is going to affect the shot a little bit. Foul? Oh, unlucky too. I had a good run there with him. Okay, guys, so final verdict on the new Conor Gallagher card. So again, guys, this is a card that takes quite a bit of these like future stars swaps cards that you have to put into to unlock the card. Again, I am sorry that this review is late, but on the weekends they usually drop the new promos. Pretty busy times, right? But yes, guys, so with Conor Gallagher, we try to melt on the engine chemistry style as well as the shadow chemistry style. Now, when I was using him on the engine, I felt like I wanted the shadow. But then when I was using him on the shadow, I felt like I wanted him on the engine. So it's going to be one of those types of situations when you use a card like this, because what I'm going to explain is this, right? On the engine chemistry style, I think that the card performs the best with it because I feel like the agility, balance, and dribbling boost is necessary for a card like this, just because of the way that he's set up, right? When it comes to defensive capabilities, he's going to be good because of the fact that he's a 6 foot tall player with an average body type, but it's not going to be the best example I can give you is like this Fofana card, right? So obviously Fofana is like very, very expensive, right? But this Fofana card, with the way that his dribbling is set up, 6'1", high and average body type, this card will offer more of a defensive presence, right? He just does really, really good stuff defensively. Conor kind of feels like he's missing that defensive presence in certain areas of the pitch. Like he misses that like it factor, but can still defend really well in the middle of the pitch. But for me personally, because he doesn't really have that it factor defensively in certain places, that's where the engine chemistry style makes the most sense for him, because I feel like he still defends perfectly fine without the shadow chemistry style, right? But on the engine, you're boosting the agility, balance, and dribbling on the card for a card that is 6 foot taller than average body type. So you can kind of move around the pitch with him a little bit better. But the main thing is that you feel like you're missing the acceleration part a little bit. Like if I can give him a +5 acceleration with the engine chemistry style and I use the defense as it is, that would be fantastic, right? Most people are giving him a shadow. Most people are giving him an engine or an anchor even, right? Because an anchor chemistry style boosting the physical as much as possible would actually be pretty nice as well. But an engine with base card stats for defense being set up nicely, the card's actually nice to use or better to use with this chemistry style, right? Because if you're using him in a 4-4-2 setup or a 4-2-3-1 setup, the thing that I was mentioning is that if he is your more attacking oriented midfielder with a high work rates on an engine chemistry style, he'll play that role really well for the meta of the game. But just don't expect him to have that like crazy it factor defensively. What's important, right, is that the card does have the high work rates. If he didn't have the high work rates, then it would be a different card completely. The high work rate is absolutely key for the meta of the game nowadays, right? So very important that he has it as well. Now, is it a card that I would put swaps into? It's going to depend on the situation of your club. If you want to get this card to get some links in your team, have some fun, and get some meta-oriented links for your squad, then the card would be good to get, right? Because you want those English links. You know, let's just say you got the Tanganga card like my boy does here. Nice little green link set up just like that, right? 4-3-3 even. A lot of easy things you can do with the English players, right? Like I said, he's not a terrible player by any means, but it's whether or not it's worth the swaps. For me personally, I don't think it's worth the swaps, considering the fodder that you can get to unlock other things like SBCs and whatnot, right? So I don't think it's worth the swaps. But if you actually unlock the card, he's still going to be decent in the meta of the gameplay. He will. It's just a matter of whether or not he's worth all those swaps to get. I don't think he's worth all the swaps. But again, still a pretty decent card. I like the improvements that they gave him. Feels more like a center mid on an engine chemistry style than he does, you know, playing CDM kind of. But again, because of the high work rates, 4-star weak foot, performs well on an engine with some decent defensive stats, it's still a great card to get if you need him for the links and if you want to have a little bit of different fun for the meta of the game. So yeah, hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.